Hi, I'm Hastings, and welcome to All the Other Music Stuff podcast. I'm so excited to be sharing with you this new journey on this platform. We'll be exploring the other side of the music industry, probably the mostly overlooked facets of the music industry. So I am really excited to be starting this new journey. It was probably conceptualized due to people asking me what do I do for a living. And when I respond and say I'm a musician, their first impression is always like, oh, are you a rapper? Are you an artist? Are you a singer? And when I try to explain what I actually do in the music industry, usually they get shocked at the answer that I give them. So these are some of the facets that we'll be looking into this podcast because these are the other music stuff that I'm personally involved in, and we'll try and give light to you, the audience, and maybe you are perhaps looking to start a music career in the music industry, or maybe you're already a seasoned musician, artist, rapper, and you are looking at other avenues that you could make a living out of in the industry. This would definitely be a good platform for you to start your research on, because I also intend to bring on guests that are my peers in the music industry, and some are just my friends, and they also do some similar stuff that I do, but some also do completely different stuff. So it will have different conversations around the music industry, and I'm sure after an episode or after watching one of the conversations that we're going to be having on this platform, I'm sure you go with some bit of more enlightenment of what actually goes in the music industry. So yeah, I'm really excited about this new initiative on this platform. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe and also hit the notification bell so that you do not miss when an episode about all the other music stuff podcasts come out. So yeah, to get off started, I thought to share a little bit of my own background in the music industry. So I'm a musician, and like I said, when people approach me, I've sort of formulated this way of explaining to them like what I actually do. So this is how I go about it. I tell them like in the music industry, and I divide it into three facets. So I'll tell them that I'm a music educator, and then I'm a performing musician, and as well an artist. And obviously they'll sort of get a bit confused to like, what do you mean you're a music educator, a performing musician, and an artist? Aren't they the same? So I further explain to them like this, that I'm 70% a music educator, 20% a musician in performance, and 10% an artist. Some of you who know me on this channel already know that I do looping stuff. So that's the 10% that I sort of try and creatively express myself. So I am a multi-instrumentalist. I play drums, I play piano, I play the guitar, the bass, and the recorder. And usually I even say like, if you put an instrument in my hands, chances are I'll figure out how to play it. So being a multi-instrumentalist, I always try to find out ways of expressing myself creatively with all these instruments at once, because obviously I can't play them together at the same time. So one day I bumped into a video of younger music. I think I'll put that link into the description. And I was blown away, like, because he was actually playing all the instruments in this looping way. And I had to sort of then do my research and find out how was he able to do that, and came to realize, okay, he was using a loop station, did more research on the loop station, YouTube many videos, watching people doing these amazing arrangements of live looping, and definitely I was hooked into it, and I found out that that will be one of the platforms that I could use to to actually creatively express myself musically. So I got myself a loop station and yeah, tried to do the looping stuff. And if you haven't done so, you can watch some of the videos on this platform of me doing live looping, and I'm sure you'll be interested in seeing how my creative or artistic side is brought alive. And I really enjoyed doing that. But like I said, it's the 10% of who I am on a weekly basis, or as me as a musician explaining to people. And then the other 20%, as I mentioned before, is when I'm a performing musician. So with this, I explain to people that, okay, I'm a drummer mostly. So I get booked to do gigs and to be on tour. I've done the Moscow Circus tour in South Africa. And then I also play marimbas. So I'm part of the Blue Earth Marimba Band. We play at weddings, we play at different functions and events and stuff. So that's me being on the on the performing musician side, which is the 20% of what I do. And then I then explain the 70% of what encompasses me as a musician. And mostly this is where my bread and butter comes from, which is the music education side. So as a music educator, I teach class music, I teach ensemble music, and I also do individual instrument lessons. With the music classes, I'm a music teacher at a kindergarten school and as well at a primary school. So I do music from 18 months, like for kids who are 18 months up until yeah, I think even varsity. Sometimes I've done classes where I've had students come in from university taking in group classes with me at some time. So yeah, that's like me being a music class teacher. And then there's also the ensemble coaching, which is mostly primarily consisting of marimba coaching. So yeah, I'm a professional marimba player, and I'm privileged to also have marimba ensembles that I actually coach at different schools. These are like at a primary level and at a high school level. So that's the marimba ensemble coaching side. And then, as I've also mentioned, I also do individual music classes, primarily consisting of the drums and some piano students. So that is in a nutshell what I do within the music education side of the music industry. So again, I'll say this again, I'm a music educator, I'm a performing musician, and as well an artist. So yeah, from my own personal music background, you can sort of see that there is a lot that actually goes on into the music industry. And those are some of the hidden other music stuff that I will be trying to explore on this platform. And I hope with the insights that I'll be giving you, you might consider into moving one of the facets, or if you are more interested in knowing about, say, the music education side, what is involved, as I'll be explaining it, you're more than welcome to write to me, and yeah, we can further chat on it, and I can sort of link you up to the different platforms that can help you develop in each of these different facets that we'll be discussing on the platform. So yeah, with that in mind, I can also let you know, guys, that I've been within the music industry for, yeah, I think I can safely say professionally, for about the past 12 years. Prior to that, obviously, being a student, even within that 12 years, but I was already gigging professionally. And as well, I had a band that I started way back in high school. So yeah, technically, like all in all, from the time I joined the band at the church that I used to go to at the age of 9, I think, I've been involved in music since then, and then it developed up until where I am now. So, yeah, I think in another episode, I would sort of try and go into more details of like each step that has made me to go from when I started up until now in a chronological manner, because there's a lot that really happened. Yeah, like I mean, you can imagine a timeline involving almost maybe 20 to 23 years of my life. It won't go with no challenges. So definitely, I'll try and break down all those stuff on one episode and bring light to how I started from just playing a tambourine in the church band up until, going to into university, traveling, getting a degree now, the challenges that I've had to study, the different ways that one could actually study if you don't have finances and stuff. So it's a lot that I will sort of try and delve in. But I think for this video, I just said, let me just try and do an introductory video for you guys to sort of have an awareness of what I'll actually be talking about and what we'll be, looking into. But I'm super excited because obviously it's a good challenge for me. I'm not much of a talker, but I'm excited to take on this journey. And yeah, one other thing that we'll also be looking into the podcast is what I consider the most important thing in the music industry, and that's how you keep your name valuable. Because the music industry, in as much as we think like it's big, it's quite small. So your name is your currency, and whenever someone mentions Hastings, it shouldn't be like, okay, we don't want to work with that guy. So I think it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff that are on my head and that I would like to speak about. And I'm hoping that this platform will provide that avenue that we can have these conversations, and we can also hear from other people's story. And maybe you're already like working with an artist, and you wanna share your story. This is also a platform that you can come on, and we can sort of hear that side, like the deep side of one particular industry. Maybe it's just the performing side, maybe it's just the music education side. So I'm really excited about this platform and what it will unlock for us as musicians in the music industry. And we'll be sharing some of the biggest highlights that I've personally encountered in the music industry. For instance, like being my first tour gig as the tour drummer for the Great Moscow Circus here in South Africa. And you hear other people's or other guests' highlights as well. So it's going to be somewhat of exploring, like explosively exploring the facets of the music industry, and one can only be more excited about what the platform will unlock. So as you can tell, I'm really excited and can't wait to explore more. And please do subscribe to the channel, watch some videos that are already up, and see you on the next episode.